Hello, Ron. It's nice to meet you. I'm an avatar of a doctor called Ellie. I'm not a real person, but I've been trained by experts to help people think through their thoughts about life-extending treatment and when it might not be appropriate. It can be useful for a conversation with your real doctor or family later on. Are you happy to talk with me about this?
Yes, I think it's a great opportunity.
Of course, Ron. Please feel free to share what kinds of treatments, situations, or outcomes you would not want if you were seriously ill. Take your time.
Well, I've just had a friend who was very, very sick. He had a cardiac arrest and he had a long time before they could get him back. And they predicted that he probably wouldn't do very well. And he didn't do very well and he ended up in a nursing home. And I'm really keen to try and avoid that.
If I've understood correctly, you'd like to avoid a situation where, after a serious event like a cardiac arrest, you end up in a nursing home with a poor prognosis and limited chances of recovery. Is that an accurate summary of what you'd like to avoid?
Yes, I think that's the gist of it.
I'll save that now. I'll look at the plan and point out any parts that might be unclear or could lead to different interpretations. I'll raise one issue at a time so we can address it together. Possible ambiguity. The phrase, a poor chance of a good outcome, could be interpreted in different ways. Some clinicians might see a 30% chance of survival as poor, while others might consider it moderate. If the wording isn't specific, a future medical team could be unsure whether the threshold you have in mind has been met. Would you like to keep the wording as is, or would you prefer to add a bit more detail?
No, I don't want to do that, Ellie. I'm happy with that.
Understood, Ron. If you're comfortable with the current wording, we'll leave it as is. Looking over the other sections, when this applies, you've already clarified that the condition is a consensus among doctors that the chance of a good outcome is poor. That wording is clear and gives the team a concrete trigger, so there's no obvious confusion there. Strength of feeling, I feel very strongly and firmly about this. That statement is straightforward and conveys that the wish is important to you. If you ever want to revisit or update any part of the plan, just let me know. You can also download the plan later as a Word document, and in a future session, we can work on a letter for your family or identify a decision maker. Thank you for taking the time to talk through this. Take care.
Thank you, Ellie.